Hello, neighbor Al again. April 20 something or other. 26, April 26, Happy Dog Farm. This is my latest in all those little things that nickel and dime you, but when you pay for it, you only pay once. I've been going on about water and the water in my spray tank, particularly. So I resolved so far the hardness issue. But I've noticed that in my spray tips, the filter going into the pump, things like that, I have rust. And I put a 100 grit filter on the spray tip, and I have a coarser filter on the inlet to the pump. But the other day, they clogged pretty quickly on the first spray, and I'm like, this is wrong. And what I noticed is that the water coming from the barn standpipe was shooting rust. And it is a 30-year-old house, and the water to the barn comes from the house water supply. And it's a buried PVC run between the house and the barn. It's been there forever, and that's raw water. It has been, at least in the past, it was raw water. We do have a high iron content, and me flushing the line and shooting new water through it again in the spring, it shoots rust. Well, I never really noticed it before in the cider mill because the cider mill's got a big cartridge filter and it's activated charcoal, so it's grabbing some odor and it's grabbing particulates, so it doesn't show up there. So what I did is I built this gizmo very quickly, and it's a garden hose. It's hose bib, male, female, to filter the chunks out of the water coming from the standpipe. And I'll be using this also for filtering the water going into the fruit washer. Just because I got little spray nozzles in there. I don't need the hassle of clogs because of iron. So anyway, looking at it a little bit closer, this is the normal fill hose. I know you're going to get on me about this. Don't get ahead of class. This is the fill line, goes into the filter, and I have a whip that goes into the bottom port on the tank. And the thing I like about that is when I'm filling, if it tends to foam or whatnot, filling from the bottom, it doesn't foam. Now, next, you're going to get on me saying, Al, that water is going to backfill and contaminate the house water supply. I am so far ahead of you. Two things. Two things, really simply. The water shutoff to the tank is right there. So I'm turning off the water at the tank which prevents anything from getting back into here. Secondly, there is a check valve on the standpipe, a real check valve, not a vacuum breaker. A health inspector came, took a look at it, went golden. There's a check valve on the standpipe that does not allow water to backflush into the system. There's also a check valve on the line running to the cider mill. So there's a little bit of redundancy going on there. But again, the whole point was there was always concern about that, and that's been mitigated. So what you see here in a system of systems, it's not a big deal. Now, what I want to show you is this is a close shot of the filter after I just put 20 gallons in the tank. You see all these little pieces floating around in there? Ah, it doesn't take much to clog a nozzle. It doesn't. You know that. I know that. It's not there now. So when I stick my head and I look down in the tank, all I see is clear water. Um, what this cost me, all total, maybe 20 bucks. Cheaper than therapy. Way cheaper than therapy. Certainly cheaper than wasting my time. And honestly, I'm not probably going to be spending any more time this season cleaning filters in the tips and in the pump because I've solved it at the source. I got clear, free water. So I'm happy. So as long as I keep stuff out of the tank, dirt falling in or something, that's solved. So this is my offering to you. It works. It's a nice little whiz bang. What I do when I'm done with it, turn off the pressure at this, close it off here, turn off the pressure at the standpipe, press the pressure relief button on top of the filter. I disconnect from here. I disconnect the intake to it. I drain the filter out, and then I couple the hose that used to go to the tank comes around the other side of the filter, and I thread it on there. The advantage of that, of course, is I'm keeping stuff from ever getting in that hose while it's in storage. And it keeps the hose from whipping around it and irritating me. You don't want to irritate me. So this is my fix. I like it because it can handle the volume of water. I can take it down to the orchard. I'm going to be putting I have a hose bib down there on the well system. So I can just connect this to that line. And when I have to refill the tank down in the orchard, again, I'm not putting anything into the tank that I didn't expect to get into the tank. Oh, you're over there. That's my offering for today. Happy April 20 something. It's Thursday, it's grocery day. So I hope maybe you find this useful. You know, water, the big thing is you don't want clogging filters. That's a pain in the butt. And if you can make something portable, so it's multi-purpose, I know that's kind of a win-win. So this is my multi-purpose, move it where I need it, water filter to get the chunks out. I hope you've enjoyed it. Nice to see you. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.